Hi everyone, Monique here. I'm going to share with you some new Chanel products that I recently picked up. I picked up the eyeshadow palette for holiday, lip product, the new liquid luminizer from the Sublimage line, and a foundation. I bought this a little while ago and I just haven't gotten around to trying it, so we're going to try it out today and see what it's all about. And we'll just make it a full face of Chanel. Why not, right? So let's hydrate and begin. This eyeshadow palette is for the holidays of 2023 from Chanel. This is the LUMIÈRE GRAPHIQUE. It's got 5 eyeshadows. Comes in the little pouch, and packaging looks like this. This is a limited edition eyeshadow palette inspired by the opulence and magic of the Roaring Twenties. It's got light catching shades from platinum beige and bronze to shimmering black, pink beige, and diamond white. Before I swatch the eyeshadows, the details are so nice. Very smooth and creamy to the touch. Nice and creamy. Pigmentation is there. You know I love my silver. Look at that. That's so nice. All right, the texture on the silver shade is a bit different than the others. All of the others were very smooth and creamy to the touch and swatching, but this silver here had a little bit of texture to it. So I'm glad that I'm going to be doing my eyes first, because I feel like we'll get a decent amount of fallout with that. You see these two shades here, they're quite similar. There's subtle differences in their tones, but they are actually quite similar. But we'll see how they translate on the eyes. You know what? Let's continue on with the swatching and details of the products, and then we'll get into application, if you don't mind. But guess what? There's always timestamps listed down below if you want to jump ahead to anything. There were quite a few lip options available on the Chanel website, but I went with this one. I love this formula. This is a great formula. This is the Rouge ALLURE LAQUE. I got it in the shade number 91. Wait till you hear the shade name. This is shade 91 Fancy Prune. I know. Here's what the packaging looks like. Glass, you know, luxe, nice, all the things. Let me give you a swatch. I felt this color would be nice for the holidays and beyond. This is a very comfortable wearing liquid lipstick that's very nourishing, super shiny, and again, nicely long wearing. That's just based on the experience I have with the other ones. I have quite a few of the other ones. So I like this color. This is a new color, 91. I don't want to say it has a shimmer to it, but there's a little bit of radiance in there. Yeah. Next up is the Sublimage Le Concentré Lumière. Ultimate Radiance Concentrate. Yeah. Okay, there we go. It's super shiny, sorry. This I'm super excited about. I love Chanel's Sublimage line. I think it's so beautiful. This is my go-to foundation and has been for almost a year now. This is the Sublimage Le Ton. I love this foundation. Can you tell? And then my other Sublimage foundation, Léon Sainton. The Sublimage line, it's just like a skincare focused line from Chanel, but I love that they have makeup. So when I saw this, it was just a must. So let's check it out. This is a limited edition highlighter with a powerful illuminating effect. It's enriched with pearlescent pigments, delivers a sophisticated makeup look and multifunctional glow. Fresh, lightweight gel texture instantly melts into the skin and blends easily, leaving a sheer finish. The included brush ensures precise, effortless application on the high points of the face. Packaging is really nice. Look at the little pump. Let's swatch this. I'm going to try to keep everything all together on my little hand swatch palette. I'm going to put it right, hold on. Don't want to get too much. Okay, so it's a gel-like texture and consistency. Look at that. It's a little bit of that Sublimage familiar scent. Texture, it's definitely lightweight and gel-like. Doesn't feel heavy at all. It's a little bit more on the sheer side, but that's what makes it work. It's not sticky. It feels really nice just by that little swatch, but we'll see. Now the final product that we're going to be trying out today. This is the #1, the Chanel Red Camilla Revitalizing Foundation. Looks like this. Enriched with red Camilla oil, moisturizing fluid foundation helps protect skin from external aggressors and maintain a youthful appearance. It also helps soften skin and provide all-day comfort. So it sounds like it's another skincare foundation. We like the sound of that. So here are all of the products we are going to be trying. Let's start off with the LUMIÈRE GRAPHIQUE eyeshadow palette. I want to do eyes first. I am going to prime my lids with my Tom Ford Emotion Proof Eye Primer. Just blend this out with the finger. It's nice and easy. My Vital Skincare Press Powder from Westman Atelier to just set the lid. I have had this Chanel brush forever. It's one of my first brushes I ever bought. It's very sentimental. So I don't know what I want to do, but I do know that I want to try to use as many of these shades as possible. So I'm going to start off with this shade here. It's a little bit of a green tone to it. I'm going to apply this on the center portion of the lid. Love colors like this. Gorgeous, yes. Applies very nicely. I don't feel like I have to build and build and build and blend and blend. It's applying very nicely. These two shades are quite similar. This one's a bit lighter, this one's a bit warmer. Let's go in with this one. No, let's go with this one. Wait, no, wait. I'm gonna take my other faithful, forever faithful Chanel brush. I'm gonna pick up the black shade. This does have some sparkle to it, but I'm gonna apply this on the outer eye. Keep it focused on that outer eye, and then lightly blend it in the crease. This eyeshadow palette, I'm not reaching for it to want to create soft and pretty everyday looks. So let's just get that out the way, yeah? I haven't gone back in, and it's nice and intense, that black shade. I'm just lightly going to continue to build. I'm just going to lightly continue to blend. Oh my goodness, my battery's dying. Hang on, I'll be right back. Let me swap out. I'm just going to continue to blend the black shade. I'm going to go back into that other brush, and I'm going back into that shade we applied first. And I'm just going to kind of reapply and bring it outwards just a tad. And then let's go into this lightest shade here and put that on the beginning portion of the eyes. Yes. Look at these shades on the lid. For Chanel. Lots of sparkle, I will say that, but they do blend very, very nicely on the lids. Yeah. I was just going to do one look, but you know what? Let's do another look on this side. I do feel that I can create something a little softer and less dramatic, because I do feel that this is a bit dramatic, which is fine. With a shadow, like with a palette like this, I'm just fixing my eyebrows. With a palette like this, it's more of like a going out palette, you know? Chanel has plenty of eyeshadow palettes that are easy everyday wearing type of palettes. But this one for sure is going to give you a bit more. So with that said, I already have that shade applied on the center portion of the lid, and that's fine. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into this shade. We haven't used this one yet. Let's go into that one. Picking it up on that brush. And I'm actually going to just go over it a bit on the beginning portion. Going back in for a bit more. Just continuing to build it. I'm going to go into this shade, the green one, and that's what I'm going to use on the outer portion. But I am using a fluffy brush. I'm going to just bring it in the crease as well. And just blending. I haven't gone back in, keeping it nice and soft. Now this texture was a bit different than the others, so I'm curious to see if I get any fallout with this. Okay, it's a bit lighter. It's more of like a it's very glittery with the brush. Let's see what it's like with the finger. So I'm gonna just pick it up with my finger and just apply it on the center, like a little bit of a spotlight. I'm gonna clean my finger off and try to just meld the edges so it's not too harsh without going in with the brush, because the brush is gonna make everything scatter everywhere. Going back into this shade here, reapplying on the beginning portion of the lid. Where it comes to the silver shade, I'm just lightly patting. Don't want to disrupt it too much. Very happy I did my eyes before my face because the silver shade gave a ton of fallout. But that's fine. Initially, upon swatching, I had a feeling just based on the texture that it was going to perform that way. You can totally go and do one and dones with a couple of the shades. I like that the black is quite intense, but it still blends really nicely, so you're still in control of the product. It's not going to get too carried away. But here we have two quite different looks. Let's work on the base, and then I'll come back and finish the eyes, mascara, all the things. Let's go in with the new foundation. So this does come with a pump. Let's doing a couple of pumps. This did say that it was buildable coverage. Using my skincare as primer. This is my Augustina Spotter, the Rich Cream. Just going in with my hands first. See, kind of gauge the coverage and the feel and finish of it. Okay. Definitely has that pleasant Chanel scent that I'm sure we're all very used to with their products. Okay. That goes on quite nicely, yes. That first application that I applied with the hands, it looks really nice on the skin. But let's see, like it says, it's buildable. I'm gonna go in with my sponge. And I'm just picking up, and let's see how much we can build this up. Okay, yes, she's building. She is building beautifully. And that's with a sponge. Oh. I really like how this looks on my skin. Wow. Definitely luminous, but I'm not worried about that because I'm going to set with powder, and I'm sure it's gonna, take it down a couple notches. But it feels very lightweight, but hydrating. Very comfortable, very nice. Okay, not mad at it. I'm gonna go in with my Sublimage Le Concentré. So my concealer cocktail with the Sublimage is I use shade 40 and 70. You guys know I love to mix and create my own cocktails when it comes to my skin and my products. All right, so I mix and apply with my finger. This kind of shears it out just a little bit. And then I'll go in with my beauty blender. Really like that. See the forehead, because that's where all my lines are. Looks good. Okay. Vital Skin Powder in the shade Pink Bubble. This is my go-to. I'm going to set the rest of my face with my Chanel powder. This is a Chikuhodo brush. So I'll just pick up. I love this powder, but it's a little messy. I wish I had like a sifter. Because if you look, I have a mountain of powder in there. And I do store it flat. So it's not me, I promise. This powder is really beautiful. I have found it to work amazing with all of my foundations. It's truly a universal type of powder. Because you know there's some powders that you can only use with certain types of foundations. You know what I mean? This is not one of them. I'm super close. I can't hide. And here's what the under eyes look like. But the skin, it feels really good. Look at the eyeshadow. This eyeshadow is beautiful. Even though it's a little bit more of a dramatic palette that you can create a little bit more kind of eye looks. I mean, this one I would say is a little bit more toned down than this one, obviously, but they're similar in their own rights, you know? Going with my Chanel bronzer. And yes, I already set my face with powder, but that's okay, because this works over top of that quite nicely. So I'm just going to use my sponge. Bring some warmth back to my face. Put a little blush, and then we'll try this luminizer. This cream bronzer from Chanel is literally one of the best products ever. Like, ever. I'm sorry, ever. I put like 3 blushes from my Chanel collection. I have the Le Chains one, which I think they brought this back because I saw a bunch of stuff on there. Let's apply. This is super glowy, and I think it just suits our look today. I've had this for a while and I still reach for it. It's just so gorgeous on the skin, you know? It really is. So let's give this a good shake. Let's try it. Oh my goodness, with the little brush. Oh, it's so... Okay, so I'm just like giving it a couple passes. It is quite sheer, but you get the effect. Now let me see. Let me try it on my hand first. Make sure it's not like streaky or anything. It's picking up on the sponge and then it's like globbing up right there. So hold on. Let me make sure it's like blended so I don't mess up my face, because I really am in a good place with my base. All right, so let's try it with the brush. So I'm going to quickly go over with my finger because I feel like it gave some stripy lines. And that is very extremely natural. I mean, it's there, but I think we need to build it up a bit. So I'm just going to take whatever's left on my finger. Oh my goodness, I hope I'm not like destroying my face. I think that's a sufficient amount. Yes, check it out. There we go. Pick it up with the sponge. Okay. Okay, so if you want more, okay, because this is very natural and I love that for the everyday, but I just wanted to make sure that we had the option of more with this product. See if the versatility, you know? Okay. So definitely getting more when you apply with the sponge, and it didn't disrupt my product that's laid down, but I will say it's quite glittery. Like you can see the chunks of glitter on my face. It's not like a lit from within glow. You can see that there's bits of glitter just like there with the sponge versus over here. It's a lot lighter. You can still see the particles, but with the little brush, and my hand application, it's just a different application. It's a lot more natural. Okay, there's that. So on the eye that we use the black eyeshadow, I'm going to go into my waterline with a black eye kaijal. This one is from Chantecaille. Pencil brush, I'm going to go into the black, and I'm going to apply that super duper close to my lash line. Then going into this shade as well, and using that to blend the two colors together. Same brush, I cleaned it off. Let's go into this shade, the one we used in the beginning portion of the lid, and apply that like an inner highlight. So for my other eye, I'm gonna go into this shade here on the lower lash line. And then on this side, I'm going to use a brown in the waterline. This in particular is my Westman Atelier I Love You eye pencil. And do a couple coats of mascara. Okay, let's try out this lip. I think this lip is a little bold for our already bold eye looks, but let's try it nonetheless. You never know until you try, right? Again, Fancy Prune. That's a gorgeous color. And I love this applicator. I don't have any colors like this in my collection, so I had to. I feel very extra and I love it. We'll say I didn't think I could do the lip and the eyes. But I mean, you know. It's okay to not follow the rules when it comes to makeup all the time. All right, let's do a quick overview on all the products we tried today. I'm going to start off with the foundation. This was pretty much explained to be like a skincare foundation that's got buildable coverage with a luminous finish. This feels amazing on the skin. Packaging is nice. It's got the pump. It's simple. You get the little Chanel up there. This is nice. The color was a good match too. I like that I was able to build it up. I did, you know, first go in with my hands. I was being a little lazy. I hadn't had my sponge damp and ready to go. So I was like, oh, let me just use my hands. It feels really nice on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels quite comfortable. I like it. Obviously, I have to keep wearing it to really, you know, see how I feel about it. But for now, it's nice. Sublimage Le Concentré Lumière. Ultimate Radiance Concentrate. Packaging is great. It's very luxe. It's very Chanel. It's glass. It's got a pump. Actual product is really pretty. The only thing to note is if you try to really build it up, like I tried to demonstrate, you're going to really see those particles. This doesn't give you that lit from within glow, luminosity kind of thing. This I'm finding to have more of like glitter particles, and you can see it. I don't know how that's going to translate on texture. I don't love that. But when you use the cute little brush and you go in a lot lighter and just dab it with your hand, it gives you a very soft, natural, some bits of glitter, because again, this is more like glitter particles than it is that dewy luminosity lit from within kind of product. So just keep that in mind. I like it. And now that I've kind of played around with it, I kind of know how I'm going to want to use it. I didn't think I was going to like the brush for it because it's kind of interesting. It's foreign to me, but it actually works out better using this little brush or your fingers. Love this product overall. I have quite a few other colors in this, and more like everyday colors, nudes and pinks and things like that, but I don't have a color like this. This is a fun color. This is a really fun color. It's, can I say it's a little iridescent? A little bit? It's not just like a flat burgundy prune, because again, what is this one? Fancy Prune. It's a deep, rich color. It's a fun color with a little something to it. LUMIÈRE GRAPHIQUE eyeshadow palette. Very pretty color story. This is not your typical soft and pretty from Chanel. This is a little bit more. This is going to be for your holiday parties. This is going to be for date night. This is going to be for when you want to glam it up. Shadows performed beautifully. I can definitely see some one and dones. Again, I still think that these two shades here are quite similar. And when applied to the lid, they still kind of translate as super, super similar. You probably couldn't even tell that they were two separate shades. But overall, the performance is nice. It was time. It had been a while since I shared some new Chanel with you. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. As always, thank you so much for spending your time with me today, allowing me to share these new Chanel goodies with you. Please don't forget to give today's video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. Stay beautiful, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.